Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to a new video. It is time to do some sewing. I am really excited to get back to sewing. It's been a while since I last touched any fabric or sewing materials. So I have noticed that my style, my fashion style, tends to shift from the more cottagecore, kind of frilly, flowery style in spring and summer to more of a dark academia, preppy, indoor focus, darker style in autumn and winter. And today I wanted to lean into that a little bit more and make a very dark academia style dress. Just wanted to quickly come in and say that today's video is kindly sponsored by GlassesUSA.com, an online glasses retailer that sells over 9,000 different frames, both from in-house brands and designer brands, starting at just $30 for a full complete set of frame with prescription glasses. I am wearing all Glasses USA frames in this video today. I have a couple of new ones that I'm really excited to show you. They are all from GlassesUSA.com in-house brands and I absolutely adore them. So there will be links in the description box below that take you straight to their website where you can check out all the glasses they have, as well as links to the individual frames that I'm sharing in this video. So definitely be sure to check them out. Thank you so much GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this video, and now let's move on with the sewing. So I have this fabric, which you might recognize because this is the same fabric that I used to make my Victorian cycling sweater inspired top, but that fabric was cream and this is a lovely rich brick red. This is what I want to make a dress out of, and preferably I want it to layer because that's the whole thing, right? I would love to wear a blouse underneath this and have the color kind of pop out from the top and then maybe the cuffs from the sleeves. Then for the dress itself, I would like a fairly simple bodice with a high neckline so that the collar can just slightly pop out. Long sleeves, of course, because it's a winter dress, and a pleated skirt. So I don't have a sewing pattern that matches this completely, but I do have this one, which has a beautiful pleated skirt. I used this pattern before to make a dress out of IKEA fabric. And I remember there were loads of issues with this pattern. I didn't really like the pattern, but I do love the skirt. I have no issues with the skirt and I actually really like the pleats on it. So I am just going to use the skirt pattern from that. And then I think I'm just going to draft the top myself because it can just be really simple. And I could even actually trace the cycling sweater that I made since it's the same material and that one fits really well. I haven't fully decided on a sleeve shape yet, but we'll cross that bridge when I get there. I think I'm just gonna start with what I already have, which is the skirt pattern. It does come with pockets, so I am going to make pockets because I'm not that stubborn. Yeah, let's just start with the skirt and go from there. That was my first time using one of these, as I'm sure you could tell. I need a little bit of practice, but it'll be okay. Really fun to use. Anyways, I have my skirt panels and I have my pockets. I very stubbornly didn't make a center back seam. This fabric is pretty stretchy and I think I might be able to get away with no closure and just pull it over my head. So fingers crossed that works. If it doesn't, I can always cut it open and insert a zipper or something. But for now, I'm gonna try and see if it's stretchy enough to just put on without any closures. So it is time to start assembling the skirt. I'm gonna transfer the pleating markings and start sewing. Let's get started. I have a tube of skirt with pockets and I am ready to start pleating now. I am a little bit worried, I have to admit, that this might be quite bulky around the waist once I do pleat it, since this material is quite thick, but we'll just have to see that. There's no way I can know until I do that. So yeah, let's pleat it up and see where we land. Alrighty, day 2 of this project. The skirt is more or less finished for now. I have my pleats up top, very happy with them, they look great. I have overlocked along the bottom edge so that I can just turn that up once I know how long I want my skirt to be and just whip stitch that. One thing I am a little bit worried about is that as I was sewing this, since this is a stretchy fabric, I feel like it kind of flayed out like that towards the top and made it a little bit bigger. You can kind of tell at the top of the pleats there. When I put it on, it is quite large, but I'm not sure if it's just big or stretchy. I think I'm just gonna go ahead, draft my top and see how the skirt fits onto the top. And if it's a little big, luckily pleats are really easy to manipulate. I'll just unpick one, make it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna move on and do the top now. So I have my sweater here, cycling sweater, which I am going to just trace and use as a guide because this fits really well. I still haven't decided about the sleeves, but I think I'm just gonna do a basic, regular, old, simple, long sleeve. Let's do that. It's a fairly basic one, like I was going for. It has a tiny bit of a puff sleeve with just 3 pleats on each side, but I think I'm almost ready to attach the skirt. I'm just trying to figure out what to do about the collar, like the neckline. I want to keep it fairly simple, but I don't think it would look too great if I just kind of rolled it. So I kind of want to do small stand-up collars, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that, so I'm trying to figure that out. I cut out this pattern that isn't quite it, but I will think on it a little bit longer, and then I am ready to attach the skirt to this. And I'm gonna have to see whether it fits or if the skirt is a little bit big and needs some adjusting, but I feel like we're making good progress and we're almost there. It's turning out really nice so far, I have to say. Alright, I tried something with the collar, but I really don't like how this came out. This doesn't work. It's not a good look, so I'm gonna have to figure out something else to do with the collar. I'm also a little bit worried about it once again kind of stretching out. But for now, to feel like I'm still making progress, I'm just gonna attach the skirt to the waist, which is also a little bit tricky, but fingers crossed it goes well. The dress is finished! Okay, conclusion. I think I should stay away from these thick, stretchy fabrics for the time being, for the foreseeable future, and just go back to cottons and linens, because those just work a lot better for me. I think I just don't have the skills yet to work with these fabrics and to know their properties and what they are and aren't good for. Because I like the concept of this dress. I think it could have been really good if it had been a different fabric. I don't think this fabric works with this dress. It is very bulky in some parts, like here, right up top at my hips, where there is a pleat and then the pocket. This pocket is attached to the waist, so that makes right here 6 layers of fabric, which is a little much when the fabric itself is very thick. So it gives me very big hips. And I think it's not horribly noticeable. I don't have very big hips to begin with, but it's definitely a little bit of a sign of poor craftsmanship, let's put it that way. I love the pleats of the skirt. I think those came out really well. I really like the fabric itself. I don't think it's my color, I have to admit. Now that I have it on me, I don't think it suits me very well, this color. I think I can style this really nicely if I go full on dark academia with it. I think it could look really, really cute with the right accessories and the right layering. It is super warm, it's perfect for winter. And oh, I did actually change the collar, so I have a little bit of a mock neck now. This is actually the type of collar that I wanted to make for my Victorian sweater, but then it turned into a full-on turtleneck. So now I was going for a smaller collar and it turned out as a mock neck. So collars and neck things just aren't my forte. I think the sleeves could be better. They are definitely not ideal. A little bit of an awkward shape. Yeah, we'll have to see how often I end up wearing this dress and how I will wear it if I do. But definitely for my next project, I'm gonna go back to an easier fabric to work with. Something that doesn't stretch and something that isn't poofy and thick. And hopefully that'll give me slightly better results. My dark academia aesthetic inspired winter dress made of a faux knit fabric. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys, the first sewing video of 2022. I'm really excited to see what other projects I will be making this year. I have a bunch of patterns. I mentioned this in my vlogmas, but my grandma sent me over a bunch of her old sewing patterns. I'm really, really excited to go through those and see if there are any fun projects in there that I can do. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for lots more sewing, but also beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content. I want to give another massive thank you to glassesusa.com for sponsoring this video. Don't forget to check out the link in the description box. Thanks to their websites. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you so much for watching once again, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!